Hello, Dato Merina. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for coming in today in the show. We've been having a long break in the show, and it's good to have you here to talk about ACCA, your journey in the finance side, and all. A lot of people here are from the finance, so they are really looking forward to hear from you. How have you been doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, staying at home,
Staying
working
at
from
home?
home.
Yeah, I
Yes,
heard you have been super busy the last 2 weeks, right?
yes. There's a lot of things happening in my company, and a lot of transformation things happening, and so trying to keep all everything juggling everything at the same time, and also working from home. So that's a bit of a new normal for me.
Okay. Yeah, I think although this is like the second time around the MCO is happening, but I think it still takes a lot of adjustments, as you can say, right?
Yes.
So friends, today, just if you want to just drop in and say hello in the comments, feel free. She's here. I'm going to introduce her in a short while. If you have questions for her, especially in the finance side, in the ACCA journey, and as you can see, she's going for a really important position globally. So let's all support her and drop in to say hello as we do our chat. So let me just introduce a little bit about Dato Merina. She was actually a member of ACCA since 1991. But that's a really long time already.
That's a very long time.
Yeah, she has, and not only ACCA, she has been active in various other bodies. For example, MIA also. She has been the immediate past chairman of ACCA Malaysia. She only retired last year, I believe.
Yes.
She is currently also a member of ACCA Global Forum on Corporate Governance, Risk and Performance. She actually had a long career in finance, and currently she is the CFO of Lembaga Tabung Haji, and she is managing a ton of money.
Okay. Yes.
Okay,
You
so
can put
right
it that
now,
way.
yeah, tons.
Not my money. It's a depositor's money. Yes.
Yes. A big responsibility there.
Yes.
And right now, she's actually seeking to be the council member in ACCA Global. We shall hear more about that as we do our conversation. All right. So let me just jump straight into it. How was your career? How was your journey in the finance industry? You have been in the finance industry for a really long time now. Where did you start, and how did it lead up to your current career in Tabung Haji as the Chief Financial Officer?
Oh, when did it start? It
Yeah.
started. It started before 1991. I became a member in 1991,
Right.
and I've had over 30 years of working experience, and I started in public practice in the UK, and came back to Malaysia once. I'm married, had a child there. My husband's an accountant as well, and we came back to Malaysia and worked in a multinational, financial services, the aviation industry. So I'm not one to jump around that much, but I do move around 7 years or so and change jobs. My last was in Malaysia Airlines before Tabung Haji, and that lasted quite a bit, 16 years. And in between, I have worked in the UK, in the Middle East, having regional responsibilities over South America, Africa. So it's been quite an international and global experience as well. On top of just finance, I also had business development, IT, property, or all kinds of general management responsibilities across. So what it's not. This is truly from my heart. What I think is ACCA, from the early days in early 90s to where I am now, yeah, the ACCA qualification really gave me that grounding. It's a professional qualification, it's a good base, and if you drop me in any position or in any country, ACCA has given me that foundation to survive. So it's not just being an accountant, doing sales, marketing, operations, business development. You all still leverage back to that ACCA foundation. So yes, I've done many things, not just an accountant, not just an auditor. I've been in many countries across many continents, the UK, the UAE, and Africa, South America, Malaysia, of course. And, if I was to talk about it, it can last for hours. But and there has been so many experiences, because every country, every job, every function is different, and moving countries is different. When you move from one country to the other country, and you move your entire family,
Yeah.
So that's been my journey, and it's always been whenever something comes up like that, or an opportunity comes up, you always say, oh, why not, just give it a try, because you never know where it leads you. And again, this may be a cliche, and because I'm confident ACCA is there, I'm confident, I can always fall back on my qualification. And when there is something that I need to know about, some new things that's happening, I can always count, on the research and the capabilities and the technical capabilities of ACCA that I can call upon, So that gives me a bit of a confidence, if like going to the UAE or something like that, and I say, oh wait, let me check, with ACCA about this issue
Right.
that I have, and where can I get some advice. So it's there, so yes, so my career has been very linked with ACCA in that manner. It's not a direct link, but it has been very much in parallel, as I grow my career. And what I saw was my activities with ACCA grew. It's just happened that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So why, I think we were talking a lot about the various fields out there, right? And we are talking about, what it needs to be. Why did you choose to be an accountant?
So this is the cliche, when you're young, and then you're good in maths, and you say, oh,
Yes.
if you're good in maths, be an accountant. So I always wanted to be an accountant, thinking, because, I like numbers, and I'm not that much of, like to do sales or talk to people, being an accountant is very much a quiet kind of thing, you do your thing, So I say, I like, and I was given the opportunity to pursue my accountancy by the government, the MARA. I received a MARA scholarship. So things just supported what I wanted to do. And I took the scholarship, did my ACCA. The scholarship was for ACCA, and did my ACCA. And I passed straight sitting. So I passed at the age of 21.
Wow, that's pretty young.
Yeah, so it gave me a head start as well, because at 21, and then progressively, the career and the opportunities came with that. So really, that's why I'm ever so thankful, not just to the government, to MARA, for giving me that opportunity, to my parents that gave that foresight, but also to ACCA, because they give that quick grounding, for me to push my career forward. Yeah. And then, so if I was to say to aspiring accountants out there,
Yes.
ACCA, because you see, ACCA advocates this diversity and inclusion, and it allows, it doesn't restrict. Anyone can take ACCA. It's global. And you can take it online, and you can take any which way you want. Only thing that restricts it is your ability to pass lah. and it is tough. It is really tough to pass. Yeah.
I know a few friends who have been sitting for ACCA a few times. So I know that ACCA is not an easy one to pass, right?
Yeah, yes. So it's not easy, but again, if you focus and you know what you want, there are techniques out there that does help. And the most important thing is discipline. So that's why when I do look at people who has passed ACCA, I know for sure one thing, that person has discipline. You may not be super smart or whatever, but if you have discipline, then you can pass your ACCA exams. Discipline, study, have that discipline. So yeah.
Right. So what do you see? What were some of your challenges in your long career, right, in the finance side, from airlines to being in the various bodies, and now in Tabung Haji? What were some of your challenges?
Okay, I don't like the word challenge. Because if you say challenge, you already got a mountain full of things that you have to overcome.
Right.
So, but experiences, yes. I've had many experiences, but at this age, there's so many economic crises, business challenges, and so on. So that where I am now, you take it in your stride. As it comes along, sometimes it can't be avoided. Yeah, you manage your risk, but sometimes, like COVID-19, you can't avoid it. So you manage. Yeah. So as a challenge comes, you don't shy away from it. You manage it to the best of your ability. So I know I'm generalizing, but that's the, because there's been so many things. I've moved countries. I've grown. My family has grown from from their young days. I have 4 children. When they were children, growing up and having an accounting career is not one for the weak-hearted lah. Yeah. So it's not like you have a 9-to-5 job. So there's a lot of juggling and so on and so forth. Having a supportive husband does help. Yes, very much. Yes, it does. But so I must thank my husband for that. But he's an accountant as well, so maybe that works. So accounting, maybe an accountant, and then it makes your life easier. He understands.
I'm sure your husband will be very happy hearing this.
So the challenges, having a young family and moving countries, and then you've got all this economic, business crisis, dilemma, and if you put it all together, that's life.
Yeah.
So sometimes, I tell my colleagues, or I say, suck it up. Suck it up and move on, So when we say, that person, we're going to do, the latest, like today and all these things happening out there. We're going to,
yes.
Suck it up, move on, you know what you need to do, you know what you need to do at work, you know what you need to do at home, you know, do it to the best ability, and never give up, and inshallah, things works out for the better if you don't give up, you give it with your full heart. and with good faith.
Yeah.
So that's how I overcome my experiences. Yeah. I have
Not
nothing. I have
challenges.
yeah, because the way when you say challenge already, oh, good, yeah,
That means it's a problem.
I got a problem already. You're halfway gone already. You say, oh, this is interesting. How will I overcome this? How will I
Yeah.
overcome this? Yeah, of course, there are bad days, and there are
Yes.
days that you want to just crawl under the covers and not come out. We're human. So when you
Yeah.
have those days, go ahead, have those days. You can't be a hero every day, right?
Yeah.
So be human, but in the overall scheme of things, I always say God only gives you what you can take. So
Yeah.
so far, Alhamdulillah, whatever challenges that you say, I've come across. No particular one sticks in my mind, because I think you don't dwell on it. You move on. You make the best of it, and you move on, and you'll come
Yeah.
out the better. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. So my favorite is when people come to me like that. I say, "Suck it up."
I think people are going to be very careful when they come and approach you with problems. They'll wait
Tough it
for the
up,
few words. Okay, so
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you a few questions more about ACCA itself. Your past role as chairman of ACCA. But let's just say hello to a few of the friends who have come in. Of course, Raja Azura, who have actually nicely helped to facilitate our whole
Yes.
interview. Raja
Thank you,
Azura.
Raja Azra.
Yeah, and we have here Hana Hanif, uh, Darren Kong, and then we have Mariam Soleha and Zura Baharudin, okay, and then we have Muhammad Khairul, Faisal, and then Alina Munisan. I'm sure you know a lot of them already.
Yes.
And yeah, we have Dave Anand. Yeah, okay. He has dropped in. Okay, he has dropped in with some questions. Okay, we'll read your questions, Dave. And more coming in. All right. So again, our friends, thank you very much for dropping by and saying hello to Dato Merina here. She has got a lot to share, and then today we will hear from her. We have also Intan Rosita and Hana Hanif. Okay. So, Dato Merina, how long were you a chairman of ACCA Malaysia?
I was a chair for 2 years. 2 years, 20, started late 2017, I think. 17, 18, 19, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before that, I was the vice chair, and then before that, I was in the committee. So that's how I gradually moved into the chairmanship.
Right. And what did you do during your tenure as a chairman with ACCA?
I think one of the happiest moments was when I launched the ACCA Women's Network. So yeah, this was in 2019, 2018, and 2018, and there are more than 50% of accountants of ACCA members in Malaysia is women. But most of the women are not up front.
Okay.
They're more in the back. We're the ones that's chilling out, keeping the lights on and everything. So wanted to elevate more of these women, get them more into the senior management role and more into the leadership role. Especially for Malaysian women, we are very quiet lah, subservient lah sikit, So I was very pleased that with the support of ACCA Global, we managed to have that, and it has grown. The chairman of the ACCA Malaysia Women's Network is our very own Dato Alexandra Chin, who was the president of ACCA Global before. So we have very strong leadership in there. And
Wow.
so we've grown that, and we have partnerships with MIA, the 30% Club, Lead Women, ICDM, and so on, to bring the women up in the forefront. The other members, the other launch that we had done that was the Young Members Network. So this is also something else that being a mother of young adult children as well now, what I see is a major number of our members are also young members. So, and we need to engage more with the young members, and the way we engage is different, from people like me when, they want a different platform, and we want to project that accountancy is not boring. It's not boring. So, and we have this one, I don't, once I've launched it, and our chair is Razin Shah, they do their program lah. They have their mocktails and their webinars and their events, very, very young people events lah, to bring the youngsters in and to talk about the future of the profession, because the future is theirs, and it is important for them to shape the future. So we need to get them more on board. And it is tough for them because they're growing their careers, so they need mentors, and they need so we created that Young Members Network, and I'm pleased to see under his chairmanship is grown very, very active. The other one is our SMP work group. This is another area that under Dato Lok, who was the leading this. We launched this to support. A lot of our members also have small medium practice, so they have different challenges compared to the big four accounting firms, and they need more assistance, more help, especially now under this COVID-19. More needs to be done to keep them going, sustainable business, and so on. So that one is a bit on the serious side lah, a bit more technical, in keeping the profession alive lah. So my focus was looking at what are our key member segments and how we can keep them engaged, how we can support them, and how we can move it forward and make the membership to be of value. We pay fees, and it's in UK pounds, it's not cheap. So we need to give that value back to our members. So those were the three things, and it really kept us quite busy during my chairmanship in launching that. We launched it across the states as well. So the network was done in Sabah, in Sarawak, in Johor, in Penang, and so on as well. So that was what during my tenure for those 2 years. Yeah.
Right. What is the total number of members in ACCA so far in Malaysia?
In Malaysia, that's about we are the third largest membership market, and the second outside of the UK. So of course the UK being the largest, and the total membership globally is over 210,000 members globally. In Malaysia, we've got about over 15,000 members.
15,000.
15,000. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's quite a sizable, and those are qualified members. I think students would be double that. So we've got students and affiliates as well, those who have passed but have not yet been called up to membership. So there's also a certain number of that as well. So it's huge. Malaysia has a very huge number of ACCA members, and which is something that we have to be serious about supporting this large number base. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you see for ACCA Malaysia first? in the next few years? I mean, what do you see that can be done for the ACCA members in Malaysia?
Oh, we have to keep continuing to give value to our members, you know, and to make sure that the voice is heard at the HQ level, at the global level. Being a large membership body, membership network, the third largest, kan? We have to be able to shape the policy of our accounting body. And serve the members in Malaysia. So that's important. But that being said, running for a Global Council member, it's not just about Malaysia. It's about
Right.
the entire global community.
Right.
And you have to make sure not just the big network, even the small countries with small. You have to balance that, you know, because. I have been in the International Assembly for 4 years, 5 years, which is ACCA has a international assembly where members from each country meet and provide thoughts and insights on how to support our members and grow the profession. And when I hear my colleagues and members from other countries, they have different challenges. Different countries have different issues, regulatory issues, training issues, membership retention issues, and all this has got to be balanced, you know, balancing these issues and coming up with solutions. So that's very important, and I see with my experience at the assembly and at the chairmanship here is making that balance and making sure that each member's needs are being addressed. Well, not the 210,000, but in general, creating policies that we can support our body. So that's very important.
Right. So what do you see, later after this, I'll be asking you a little bit about, you know, the road to be part of Global Council, right? But before that, what do you see the role of accounting is going to be? How has it been before this, and how is it right now, and how is it going to be in the next, 10 years or so? A lot of things are already changing, right?
You will still need an accountant. So I must say, all those people out there who are not accountants yet, and parents who have children and thinking that, you know, accountant, there's no more need for an accountant. Yes, there is still a need for accountant, you know. So in economic upturn, downturn, whatever, you need an accountant. Why? Because, you know, even when you say going forward, you know, it's all robots taking over. That's what people are saying now, right? Oh, don't be an accountant because, you know, it's all going to be done by the robots. Yeah, but who's programming those robots? It's the accountant. Yes. Who's making sense of what the robot churns out? Who's supervising those robots? You can't get a doctor to supervise that robot, right? Yes. You still need an accountant. So yes, accountancy is here to stay. It's how we make the accountancy profession ready for that future. So this is where, you know, from the education side and how we train our accountants and so on, is very important to get that ready, to shift from the days when I did my article sheet. It was like, you know, everything was ledger, you know. If people study accounting now, they study about the T accounts. That's what my son says, like the T account. Right. But that's theory for them. T accounts is a theory. But we actually have T accounts in my days.
Real stuff.
Yeah, the real stuff. There was no computer, you know. It was actual T accounts and ledgers. You know, when you call it a ledger now, it's something in the virtual world. But those days, it was actually a book. A ledger is a book, you know. So that's the past. But going forward, you know, that's where things are taken over by the digitalization and so on. But what makes sense out of those numbers and so on? So that's the training, and that's how we need to shift. And that's where ACCA, you know, in the vision to 2025, the vision is building a profession that the world needs, you know. Yeah. So that's what. Let me see. Did I get that right? Yeah. Yeah, developing the accountancy profession the world needs. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because that's the important thing, and I really love that concept, and I really want to be part of building that. So because the profession, just like any other profession, the world, we are in the cusp of change. What is the new
Yeah.
norm?
Yeah.
So similarly with the accountancy world now, if you look at it, work from home, we're working from home. It's all digital, but you still have to close your accounts. You still have to pay taxes, right?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
still there. You still need an accountant for all those things.
Yeah.
It's just how you do it would change, and this is where ACCA we've gone far ahead in our digital journey. If you look at how ACCA is doing now, it's gone digital. You can still study at home.
Right.
Yeah, and there is computer-based exams now. So it's moving forward towards that future, and it's really an exciting journey. To be part of that, and that's something why I would like to aspire to be part of that journey and contribute to that.
Right. Okay. So just a few more comments from our audience, right? So we have Adlina Munisan. She said something very funny. She is indeed a tough cookie. And then she put this. I'm sure you know Adlina Munisan, right?
Yes. I've told her to suck it up. Yes.
So she has heard the famous 4 words, right? Okay, and then we have Rani Vetrivel, and then who said hi, and then said Nazif Arif, who have said salam, and then we have Dr. Nur Mazila. She said, way to go.
Yes, that's the CEO of Malaysian Institute of Accountants.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
So very, very wonderful advocate of accountancy, and very, very advanced in her digitalization journey.
So that's what she says, that whatever the situation is, you still need accountants.
Yes.
And then we have Alina, who said the need to shift towards becoming a valued partner to the business, the evolution of the accounting professional.
Yes.
Yeah. So, Dato, just before we finish the show, right? What is the reason you want to be part of the Global Council, and what do you hope to achieve, in this role?
I think I alluded to that already. It's that vision to 2025, and for the profession, and and being able to lead that profession, being part of leading the growth of the profession and the changes that the profession requires to be relevant. Not just being counters, but to be relevant in the future world. And ACCA is certainly a professional body that is way ahead in already thinking about this. And I would like to contribute in giving my, I don't know, whatever experiences that I've had in developing the profession in Malaysia, when I was the chair of ACCA Malaysia, and also when I was in the council of MIA. I do still sit on the education board of MIA, where we do look at, when I was talking about how do we move the skills of a profession to be in line, to be future ready. So I very much like to put those skills or knowledge that I have forward also into the Global Council, and be part of growing the profession. I'd love to leave a legacy for the future generation, for the future accountants, and show that this is not a dying profession. This is a very vibrant profession that that the world needs. Yeah.
What is your advice to the young members of ACCA who have, just come into ACCA, just registered with ACCA, what is your advice for them?
Well, I don't want to tell them to work hard because you know,
It's a given, right?
yes, no, it's work smart and balance your life. It's a work-life balance. I know it does become tough when there's pressures of deadlines and so on, but keep your eye on the ball, keep focused, and don't treat it as a challenge. This too will pass. Inshallah, it does. I have been many times through those late nights and whatever that you are facing now. If you persevere, don't give up. Persevere, and you build that discipline and you build that strength. To make you even better, because it's all part of your life journey. It just makes you stronger and for the next level and the next step. And it's like playing your game lah on the computer, right? Level 1 very easy, level 2 more difficult, right? But if level 1 you give up already, how to get to level 2, right?
Yes,
from my
yes,
children.
yes. I thought you were the gamer in the house.
Oh, no. So life is like that, right? You're stage
Yes.
1, you can't give up on
Yes,
when you're
yes.
you're at level 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it can get tough sometimes.
Yeah, it just get tough, but sometimes you just need to get your cheat sheet or your little weapon here, there, ACCA is there. ACCA has many programs to help our young members. One is the Young Member Network. If you're already not there, get on there, because they will give a lot of links to, mentorship program, career program, because we've got also a career board that you can get your specifically just for ACCA members, and it's global, and so that's where we get our members, our people from as well, So there's so many things that ACCA can support our young members. So get on board into the Young Members Network. Yeah.
Okay. So for friends here I'm sure a lot of our friends here are part of the ACCA network. We all know that Dato Merina here is actually standing to be part of the Global Council. There are 49 people who are actually standing for this position. Only 16 will be chosen. So the link to vote, there's a voting link there. The link to vote is actually right here in the post. You can look up at the post and you will find the link. It's an ACCA link. Again, Dato Merina, do you have anything to shout out to everyone on the voting?
Thank you, Vyasa, for shouting out about the vote. To ACCA members, it's your right to vote. It's the benefit as a member that you can vote. So do vote. Make your voice be counted. So this is the time for us to make our voices heard. So please do vote. Yes, and thank you, Vyasa.
You're very welcome.
Shout out, yes.
So just one question, right, from Nazif Arif, before we finish the show, right? How to maintain discipline and passion while working with the new norm today?
So this in itself is how you need to self-motivate, So self-motivation, sometimes when you get into a rut already, you can't crawl out of that hole. So you have to be able to crawl out of that hole. So be yourself. Don't listen to the crowd. Sometimes listening to the crowd push you into a hole. So the new normal, there's a lot of, even in social media, I'm on social media now, but, there are positive vibes and there are negative vibes. Stay clear of the negative vibes. Those are time wasters. Those will not lead you to anywhere, and find the positive vibes, and those are the ones that you lean on to get your discipline, and be conscious that you need to have discipline. Sometimes it's not something that just comes naturally. You sometimes you're at home, you're working from home, you wake up, you hold your phone, and you're already 1 hour into just looking at your LinkedIn account, or one hour. So you have to be conscious of discipline. It's not going to happen on its own. So you must put a limit to certain things and discipline yourself. It's not a given discipline. Yeah, especially in this new normal, because there's no boundaries anymore, right? Work, home, there's no boundaries. So you have to be conscious. You have to set your own boundaries. You yourself know where your weak spots are, so you set your boundaries against those weak spots. So that's what I do. Yeah. Or else you don't achieve anything. You just stay home and just you're on the phone the whole day, just doing.
Time can just pass by just like that, right? When you're on the phone.
Yeah.
So, Dato Merina, thank you so much for being on the show and sharing all your insights and your journey with ACCA, and also hopefully in the new journey with the Global Council, right? And wish you all the best. Wish you all the best in the voting. I think voting will end. When will it end, right?
12th November.
12th November.
12th November, yes.
Okay, so hopefully we can see you up there in the Global Council, and we can see a very lively woman with a lot of energy up there.
Inshallah. Yes, thank you. And yes, every vote counts.
Yes, every vote counts, right? So again, the link to the voting page is actually down here in this in the page itself, in the post itself. Later we will also post it in the comment section, so that's easy for you. Make your vote count. Let's see Dato Merina up there in the Global Council. All right, so Dato Merina, just stay on. We are going to finish the show right now. I'm going to end the broadcast. So bye-bye, everyone. Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you.